Hi guys, welcome back to my channel today. I am Latisha Ezekiel Jato. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about obedience. I don't know if you can remember this song. I remember in my primary school we used to sing it. Obedience is the very best way to show that you believe. Do it exactly as the Lord commands. Do it happily. Action is the key. Immediately show that you believe that obedience is the very best way to show that you believe. So I just sang this up to tell you that obedience is a very key feature that you need in your year. Start this year as an obedient person. I believe that we're all coming out of this season of receiving instructions, having our retreat, and structuring the year ahead, right? The next thing that you need to do is to be obedient. So personally, I spent my December and January receiving instructions from God concerning the year and putting them in order, and I hope you have done that. Now, if you have done that, the next thing that you need to do is to generate faith concerning every single word that God has said to you concerning this year, because He plans to achieve it by you. So it doesn't matter how large it looks. It's not impossible because you have God. So you must decide that you will generate faith concerning every instruction, and immediately you have generated faith. The next thing is what we're talking about today: obedience. You need to decide in your heart today to obey every single instruction that God has given you. In fact, I'm going to talk about obedience in light of a particular incident that happened to me this week, and that's when I knew, I was going to be talking about obedience this new week that is currently here. I mean, that happened to me last week, not this week. So what happened to me was that I was thinking about beginning some particular things, and I was like, okay, let me make research on that thing. And I stumbled upon some videos that related to it. So I watched one particular one and I said, okay, let me go into research. But then immediately I remember that in January, my pastor taught us that before you begin any venture, before you venture into something, you should get a word from God, because it keeps you going. It's your assurance, even in the days that you feel weak, because you know that it is the instruction of God. You will have to do it. So I said, okay, I made up my mind that, okay, before I do anything, even if it looks little, I must get at least a word from God, right? But then that day, just like in my feelings, like, okay, let me just get to this, let me start researching, and I started. Then immediately those words came to me, and I was like, okay, I have to obey what I have learned this week. So I just paused at that point, and then I started thinking. As I came back to my hostel, I was just reasoning it, thinking, and I was just like, I should have actually not just started like that. I should actually go and sit down with God and hear what He has to say, so it will give me like boundaries from which I can do my research. And then I realized, okay, obedience is a very key thing though, because it's one thing to know, but it's another thing to obey what you have figured out. So I just went and I deleted that research I did, and I decided that until I get a word for that thing, I'm not actually going to start. So God has given you so many instructions. Please don't keep it lying down, and don't do some and leave some. Do it fully, even if you don't feel fit. God knew that He was talking to you when He gave you the assignment. And let me just share something to you today. Just know that for every instruction that God has given you, He released grace together with that instruction to do it. So don't be bothered. Generate faith in your heart and you can do it. Please do not be disobedient. There are so many consequences of disobedience, but obedience is, I hear God and I do exactly as He says, by His grace, because by your strength you can't even do it. So please, this year, be obedient. Carry obedience tightly with you and make sure you apply it in everything you're doing. And lastly, before I wrap up this video, I would like to tell you that one of the problems we have is that we feel like when it comes to God, yes, we'll be obedient to him, but if you have not made it a habit to be obedient, it's going to be very hard for you to obey, even when it's God that has given you the instruction. So now make it a practice that any authority, your parents, your boss, your teachers, your whoever is superior to you that gives you instruction, it could even be someone that is like younger than you, maybe age wise, but is in a place to give you an instruction, just decide to do it. It teaches your heart how to be obedient, so that in the day that God requires you to be obedient, you will actually be obedient. So guys, this is me telling you, please be obedient. And yeah, don't forget to like this video. I know that these words have spoken to you, so please like it. If there's anything you want to drop in the comments, anticipate it. Please drop your comments. Let me hear what you think about obedience, and then subscribe. Share it to someone that needs to hear this today. Share it to someone that is feeling scared to do something that they have been instructed to. God has given you the grace. Go for it, guys. Love you. Thanks for watching my video. Mwah.